Hello, welcome back. In this video we want to look at how to add API. Okay, now if you don't add an API, you will not be able to send XMS, or people will not be able to send XMS with your portal. Alright, so to do that, you click on add API. Okay, from your front end. Okay, now not the back end, from your front end you log in with your user details. That's admin, the way you log into your site /administrator. For instance, vksmsportal.com/administrator. What you now do, you go to vksmsportal.com, that's your own domain.com, and then log in with the same details you used to log into the administrator. Log in, and then you'll be able to see this admin menu. Okay, now what you now do, you click on add API. When you click that, you will be taken to a page like this. Okay, so all you need to do, add the name of it. For instance, FirstPay SMS. Okay, now the API, you will collect it from our website, that's firstpaysms.com. so I've already copied the API here, the HTTP here. All you need to do is you have to create an account on firstpaysms.com, and then with that username and password, what you now do is you now click on drag it. You see, I'm trying to go to where I will see username. You see, you see this username here. All you need to do is clean the username and put in that username. I don't know if you understand me. You are putting the username of your registered details there. Okay, so you now enter your username here, and then the password here. Okay, and then for the account balance, you also need to go and copy and paste it as well. Okay, now for the username as well, you still put the same username. Okay, and the password, you edit it and put your password. Okay, immediately you do that. For API response on, you put OK. Okay, and then you leave the rest details like that. All you now do, you now click add API. Okay, all right. Now after you do that, for you to know that your API was edited or configured correctly, you need to go to admin settings. Okay, now you should be able to see the balance that you have on your provider account. I mean, you'll be able to see the balance. Look at it here, SMS balance in SMS provider account. You should be able to see the balance you have on FirstPay SMS. When you register, you know you have an account there, you have your units there. You should be able to see that units that you have on FirstPay SMS account. You should be able to see the balance here. Okay, now if you have 2,000 units in firstpaysms.com, you should be able to see 2,000 units here. So if you can see it correctly like that, that means you've configured it properly. That means SMS can go well enough. Okay, so that's it for adding API. Of course, you can see I just created an account for VKSMS portal on FirstPay SMS portal. Okay, so now the account there, it's 2 units, so it's reflected here the same thing. Okay, so it means we actually did the configuration well. So now in the registration settings, that's under admin settings. Okay, so under admin settings, click on admin settings. That's the way you'll be able to configure how many units you want user to have after registering on your portal, you know, and so on and so forth. So under registration settings, you can put SMS for new members. How many units do you want for new members? You can put 2. Alert members when units reach. Now you want to alert member that your units are low, you know, when their unit gets to a particular amount. So if it's 100, you leave it there. Do you require them to fill a phone number after registering on your site? It's good to put yes. Now, do you want to allow customizing messages? Of course, you should put yes. Now, notification messages, okay? Now, this notification, under notification messages, now we have different messages here. Now, look at it. You can leave a feed blank to disable it. If you don't want that, you can leave any feed. Just delete it and leave it blank, okay? Now, the following can be used in place of a member's read data in the messages, okay? Now, at username, name, email, and the rest of them. Now, message to send to members when their orders has been approved, okay? What kind of message do you want to send to members when their orders has been approved? For instance, they ordered for units and then you have approved it, you've credited them. What kind of message you want the system to send to their phones? This is where you can edit it here. You can see dear user, dear username, you have been credited as paid for your new balances, please log in at Viki SMS portal. You see that? So if you want to edit it, you can just type in and edit as you want. Now, under message to send to members when their credit is low, okay? Now your SMS balance is low on Viki SMS portal. Please purchase more units. You understand? So if you want to edit it, you can edit it to suit your purpose, okay? Now, message to send to members when they order, okay? Now, what kind of message you want to be sent to members when they request for units? For the default message here is SMS request received. You will get alerts when you are credited, okay? So you can do and edit anyone you want here. So you can just take our time, go through the other messages here. You can edit it to suit your purpose, okay? Now, this is your own API gateway. For instance, if for members that you can have resellers under you, okay, they buy units directly from you. They also have a portal like this where they purchase units from you. So now this is the API that you will give to them, that you put on your site to give to resellers, okay, your own resellers. When you build a portal for anybody, now this is the API. The same way you configured FirstPay SMS API, you have to configure their portal to use your API that is here. You understand? And this your API to give to what? Your resellers. Okay? Alright, so this for the HTTP API, and this for to check and balance API, and the rest of them. So if you want more details on API, you could also get in contact with us. Okay, now Naira payment. Okay, now if you want to enable payments to be made with credit card or ATM card on your site, you can do this, okay, like this. Okay, all right, so you can enable ATM payment on your site, okay, and as well filtering and restrictions. Now, if you don't want some kind of messages to be sent out with a sender ID, you don't want people to use your site to send scam messages, here's where you can block some sender IDs. Here's where you can actually, in this place, you can restrict some sent messages, the messages that are typed, okay? Alright, now cost and numbers. For cost and numbers, you want to specify your selling price. Okay, this is where you do it under cost and numbers. Selling price per SMS unit. So you can edit it. So this is the default. Between 0 to 999 units, you can decide to sell at any unit. So you can put your price here. You can put 1 naira, 170 kobo. From one unit to 4,999 units, you can put you can sell at maybe 60 kobo. So this is where you can edit it, as I'm editing. From 5,000 to 9,999, you can make it 140 kobo. Just like that. You understand? It's pretty simple. So I want to make this 30 kobo, 130 kobo, and from here I want to make 120 kobo, 125 kobo. Then from here I want to make it 1 20 kobo, 115 kobo, 110 kobo, then 1 naira, and 0.95, and all that. So okay, now specify country codes that use more than one SMS unit per SMS page. Now here's another interesting part. Now, for how many units do you want to be charged per SMS? Okay, for every Nigeria 234 numbers, if you put 1 here, it means that for every 1 page, 1 unit leaves the portal. If you want to collect 2 units per page, that's for every 1 page you want 2 units to leave, you can put 2 units here. Okay, you can put 2 units here like this. Okay, good, just like this. Okay, you see, now you can put all the country codes that you want your SMS to be sent to. If you want your portal to send to a particular country, you put the country code and you put the units that you want to be charged, that you want the portal to charge. Okay, so for this you put 1 unit, and then for 1.5 units, 1.3 units, you know, and all that. Okay, now the country, rather the currency symbol is naira, the home country code is this. Now the length of 1 SMS, what's the length? You want it to be more than 160 characters, you can edit it here. Length of 1 SMS for multiple pages, you can edit it as well. So for mobile settings, we'll look at this on a later video. Additional settings, we'll look at this on a later video. Alright, so this is that. Okay, so we cannot save our changes. Alright, now this is all that you need to edit your admin settings. Now you need to edit how SMS have been sent from your website, the charges and all that. So we've successfully done that. You can on a later time rewind the video. Now go through it again. We talked about how many units you want your user to have after creating an account on the portal for the first time. So that setting is under this registration setting. Now SMS for new members 2 units, alert member when units reach a particular amount. You want the system to alert members when their units gets to like 100 or 500, you specify it here. Now do you require phone number from members to be registered when registering on your portal? You can enter that as well, so you can do much more. Yeah, thank you for watching. We'll come back again and then look at other videos. Okay, bye bye.